Occupy Democrats. Occupy Democrats is a 10 million follower Facebook page. This is a page that promotes far left propaganda. We're gonna show you, these are actual screenshots from this page. So the next thing I want to show you is an actual shot of the court document in the Jean E. Carroll case. For those who are watching, you can read it. For those who aren't, I'll describe it to you. So on the top, it shows when it was filed. It says verdict form battery. Did Miss Carroll prove by a preponderance of the evidence that, one, Mr. Trump raped Miss Carroll? Yes or no? Boxes marked no. Two, Mr. Trump sexually abused Miss Carroll? Boxes marked yes. This is the actual court document. Now, if you look on there, it clearly says, did the jury find Mr. Trump raped Miss Carroll? The answer is no. Now, the judge did come out after the fact and make some comments about, well, kind of what they said might have been rape. But folks, this is clearly a court document that says the jury in the Jean E. Carroll case showed that Mr. Trump did not, in their opinion, rape Miss Carroll. Todd, is this pretty clear to you? Like, am I missing something?
Can it be more black and white? Yes or no? They said because of the evidence available to them, they could not find him guilty of that charge.
Right.
There it is, folks. That is the answer right there. He was found not guilty of that charge.
Right. So on Occupy Democrats, let's pull up the next image. They shared a link to a story, which we got a lot of viewers on Facebook. A betrayal of women. Nancy Mace defends endorsement of Trump after rape verdict.
Shame. Make sure you say shame.
Yeah. So this is what we call in the industry a clickbait title. Nancy Mace, who was a victim of rape, was on a show with George Stephanopoulos, and she was doing that. So when you read this headline, Todd, do you think they're implying Donald Trump was guilty of rape?
100%. And folks, we are guilty as well of a little clickbait from time to time. However, if you read between the lines of what they're saying, you are led to believe without a doubt that Trump is guilty of that.
Right. Now, even if you can say, Arnold Butts has the best comment of the day. Arnold, you win the internet.
Arnold's been on fire this entire chat. Thanks for following along today, Arnold.
Yeah. But anyways, so this is a clickbait headline, but this clearly insinuates that they're making the accusation that Donald Trump was guilty of a rape.
Otherwise, why would they be mad that she defends the endorsement given a certain outcome in the trial?
Now let's say you click on the article. The article says it's incredibly disturbing to see rape victim endorsing a perpetrator of the very crime to which they have been subjective. Congresswoman Nancy Mace, like approximately 1 in 6 of every woman in the United States, says she has been a victim of rape. For that reason, she says it is not fair to ask her why she would endorse a man who a jury found to have raped a woman and then defamed her. So in the article that Occupy Democrats shared, they said specifically she would endorse a man who a jury found to have raped a woman, then defamed her. Todd, can you pull up that? Okay, so jury verdict form, what does that say? Did Trump rape Miss Carroll? Answer, no.
But
this news site.
She says
now,
it's
folks, this is a lie. This isn't a gray area. This isn't that's kind of clickbaity. They just lied. They lied about the former president and the leading Republican nominee for the presidency. And in my opinion, the guy that's going to win the presidency in 2024. They lied. Oh, pull up the last image from Occupy Democrats, Todd. They identify themselves as a political organization. Occupy Democrats Election Fund. They actually give money to Democrat causes. And this is a flat out lie. For the Facebook censors, this isn't, there's a gray area. They shared a misleading headline. They shared an article that flat out lies. And they did all of this on a page that is identified as a political page. We wrote a news article on our website that talked about that. If you want to pull up the text post, Todd, the text post on Lou's Daily News. By the way, fun fact, Lou is actually my dog, and that's actually a picture of her. For those, we stream the podcast on the original Lou's News. Lou's Daily News is another page that we run it on. But the text we post, Trump supporting truck drivers now refusing to drive to New York City after fraud ruling. For those who tuned into the podcast a few weeks ago, we showed like 5, 6, 7 different truck drivers who were doing that. It was well documented. If you notice the comment underneath there, one or more independent fact checker reviewed this information and said this was false. Here's what they had to say. So if you go in and read the fact check, they're saying there's no proof that truck drivers are not going to New York City. Now, we showed videos of people that were verified accounts on social media pages that were doing that. So what does this fact check mean to us? If you want to pull up the next slide, Todd. That means Jason Robertson shared a post as a page that included information that an independent fact checker said was false. Now, this means my personal profile, it got a ding on it. I only get so many dings until I can't post on Facebook for something that everybody that watches this podcast knows is true. Like we all saw the videos. My page that has 1 million followers, and this is how we make our living, is by sharing content on these pages, got a strike against it and is in jeopardy of being taken down for telling the truth. But go check out Occupy Democrats, folks. We just showed you a lie. It's the most, and this article we were talking about the Trump truckers, this is kind of an obscure story. This is a story that the mainstream media isn't really covering. Nobody's talking about. Facebook went out of the way to ding us on a page on an obscure story when Trump raping Jean E. Carroll is one of the top 10 or 20 biggest stories in the news. And everybody knows he wasn't held liable for raping Jean E. Carroll. That's what the jury determined. So, and we got to show the most egregious thing just to show people what they have to deal with. We have a 1 million follower page, folks. This is one our business owns. President Trump is my wingman. 1 million followers. This page is identified as a news and media and a fan site for President Trump. Clearly, this page says Trump is my wingman, meaning we love President Trump. Fun fact, I've actually interviewed President Trump on one of the podcasts we do during the week. Like we there is no shortage of love for President Trump with us. If you notice, it says this page is in review. You are another admin request review, so someone will be taking a look at this page. Only people who manage President Trump is my wingman can see this. What this means is on Thanksgiving, folks. On Thanksgiving, somebody at Facebook hit the button and this page got unpublished, meaning nobody who doesn't work on that page or isn't the owner of the page can see that. 1 million follower Trump page. Nobody can see it. We can't share any content on it. And the reason they said was because of impersonation. So we've been appealing since Thanksgiving to get this page reinstated and said, clearly we're not saying we're President Trump. Clearly we're saying President Trump is my wingman. We identify our website. We share content on there. And no point do we ever act like we're President Trump or say, give us donations or anything. We just share our news articles that are Trump-like. They reinstated it for like 3 days. We couldn't even post on it because it was still getting reactivated. And then they suspended it again. This is election interference. This is happening to Trump pages all across the platform. So if we say something they don't like about the truckers, they can fact check us to pitch our reach. They can take a page and just say, oh, we're going to have to review this. We're going to take it down. But Occupy Democrats can flat out lie and suffer no negative consequences. Todd, your thoughts?
Yeah, great summary of that, Jason. Yeah, extrapolate that out, folks. It is not just Occupy Democrats. We use them as just one example today, but big picture, how many left-wing news sources lie every day? Have you seen CNN, MSNBC, or any of their Facebook pages dinged for lying about everything they said about Donald Trump's entire 4-year presidency. All of that has now come out to be false. We said it was false at the time, but we would have been dinged for calling them out. Now that it is not true, CNN's pages, MSNBC's pages, Occupy Democrats' pages, they will never get in trouble for intentionally lying about Donald Trump. Conservative pages, not just ours, but every conservative outlet, has to tiptoe around the rules of big tech. Otherwise, we are threatened with losing our livelihood. And folks, this page is worth tens of thousands of dollars. These pages can generate lots of revenue, and they have taken that away from us simply because we are, as they said, impersonating Donald Trump. We are not a personality page. You can clearly say that. It's news and media. It does not say, I am President Trump. It says, he is my wingman. And I don't have the clips here, Jason, but after this went down, folks, I did some digging. If you want to go to Facebook yourself and verify this, there are pages saying that God is my wingman. That page is real. Facebook's not taking that down saying you're impersonating God. It has so-and-so is my wingman. This is clearly a popular phrase on Facebook simply to denote that, and we all know what a wingman is. You go out with your buddies to the bar. It says, these are my friends. These are my allies. We are a pro-Trump page, but for that reason and that reason only, dingaroo for us.
Right. And folks, if we ever had a legitimate media, they would report on this stuff. When people talk about election interference and big tech interference, like this should be addressed. President Trump is my wingman should not be unpublished for 3 months. Meanwhile, Occupy Democrats can flat out lie and face no consequences. That is election interference. And if
Occupy Democrats can push out lies, known lies, no consequence, and it changes the way people think. We cannot even get our message of truth out. We cannot report basic stories to say the truckers might not go to New York. Nope. Fact check that. You can't think that. People, you know too much information. Shut it all down.